Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing Mario and Luigi Partners in Time without dodging. Now I know what you're thinking. Wow, this is totally an original and great concept for a video, and you totally didn't steal it from Filter's Bowser's Inside Story without dodging. And you're right, I didn't. This is totally original. I totally didn't see how many views he got, and I was like, damn, totally didn't happen. The rules are simple. I am not able to dodge or counterattack. Basically, when an enemy is attacking, I'm not allowed to press A, B, X, or Y. Now, there's some instances where something will come up that kind of seems like dodging. I will bring that up when they come along, so don't worry about that. Anyways, enjoy the video.
Whoa, 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 hey.
Let's put this on the record now that I was fully intending on making this video a little more family friendly than I normally do, just because of all the algorithm changes that came around. But of course, that's the joke I come up with for the first second of the video. Anyways, the shrooms are going to take over the Mushroom Kingdom. Anyways, baby Mario and baby Luigi go on their court-ordered playdate with baby Princess Peach, and it's like, man, I need some court-ordered playdates too, man. I'm very lonely. Hey, it's me, baby fucking Bowser, and I'm here for the princess. Actually, you can't just kidnap the princess? What did you guys think of my baby Bowser impression? I worked really hard on it. You know, surprisingly, this is actually one of the hardest battles in the challenge. I gotta make sure I don't agree to Toadsworth's tutorial. And as I'm sure it's a surprise to no one, I was able to beat baby Bowser without dodging. I gotta respect baby Mario and baby Luigi for emoting on Bowser. Now in the present day, we sent Princess Peach in a time machine to the past where we would have to know aliens invaded in the past because everyone here lived through that. Why would we send Princess Peach back there? Hey, it's me, Princess Peach. Man, I don't get paid enough for this shit. So this is another instance where I have to say no to the tutorial or else I'm gonna have to dodge. It was really scary. So I was able to take out the Junior Shrewdroid no problem. And in case you're wondering, I'm going to be running all the bros, focusing on HP and defense, but it's like when it gets to 1s and 2s, it's like what's the point, you know? So I'll really just be doing a spread of stats, doesn't really matter. I gotta respect Alpha Dream for making the Time Radar a DS because it's an easy advertisement for the DS, right? Until you realize that this game is on the DS and it's like, who are they advertising to? So after Luigi willingly goes in the time hole, Mario's like, bet bro, I'm gonna go in too, you know? So I was talking to Filter today, and he was telling me that he actually got a lot of comments talking about how he hates Chippy, and they're like, dude, I don't agree with that. Well, I just think that's ridiculous. When you have Stuffwell right here, what was even the point of introducing Chippy? This Chippy's not even in this video, and she's pissing me off, bro. Grr, I hate characters that aren't mean to me.
Oh, nigga, don't hate me because I'm beautiful, nigga.
So we are now on our last tutorial battle for now, and it's like, this is great. All I have to do is press no, and I'm good.
He's cheating!
So, obviously that is not a required dodge. I am just a total idiot. So you guys can comment he cheated all you want, but I didn't reset after this. Like, it literally doesn't make a difference because the damage I avoided there, I'm just gonna heal in 2 seconds anyway because I have that tutorial for the healing. Trust me, that is not a required dodge, okay? That was just an accident. Look, Luigi had 10 HP going into this tutorial. In no way did that counterattack help me, okay? Trust me, it doesn't happen again. Nah, I don't believe that you didn't cheat again. What? You think that me, little old nifty killer, is hiding something from you guys? Well, let me tell you something. If you go over to my other channel, Nifty Killer Raw, or check the description of this video, there is a playlist with all the footage on there, and you can see that I never cheat again. And if I do, I tell you guys. And also, hey, the Nifty Killer Raw plug is always my favorite, and Nifty Killer Raw is great. If you like Roblox content, Bloons TD6 content, FNAF content, and I play other games too. It's basically a gameplay channel. If you're interested, check it out for that too. So guys, 9/11 happened this month. Anyways, Mario and Luigi then die. Hey, I think we should treat everyone equally, regardless of their background and skin color. The babies then go save the adults, and then whoa! Aliens. Wait, there's aliens in this game? So this battle was actually pretty stressful because the Stroobs do a lot of damage to the babies, and I was worried if I screw up my green shells, then I could die. Then I realized I'm still really good at this game, so it was no problem. I just realized you have access to the items that Mario and Luigi had access to before they died. What happened to Stuffwall when they got exploded? Like, did he die too? So, Nifty Killer is copying more about Filter's video, and I'm going to be making a tier list of every bros item in this game. And the first item you get is the green shell. To start out the game, the green shell is a pretty good item, considering it's a nice bros move. You can use it all throughout Bowser's Castle, and it's good. It's useful. You get a few hits off. You get more damage than you would by just jumping on the enemies. But then it breaks after a while, and it's like, it's alright. It's a solid C tier. It gets really outshined really fast, but it's good at what it's good at. It's also good if you suck with the red shell like I used to. So, Princess Shroob decides to swag on us, but like we don't understand what she's saying, so we're just all really confused. Then Baby Bowser accidentally commits 912. Anyways, we lose the babies, and then Mario and Luigi have to go find them. These are very capable babies, don't you think they could do that themselves? And with no real problems, we find the babies. We then run into Kamek, and then we find out how to attack with all 4 bros, and I'm like, wow. I've never played this game before, so this is amazing. Now you guys can see the real reason why I decided to do this challenge. It's not because I wanted a lot of views. No. It's because I didn't want to have to dodge the boom guy's attacks. Because I suck ass at it still. I still know how to do it. You just got to make sure you listen. And if it makes the sound, then he's going to do the slow shot. And if it doesn't make the sound, it goes fast. But that's really hard to dodge, man. So that's why I'm doing this challenge. I should probably mention now, for the most part, I'm actually going to be upgrading the baby's attack because they're on the back of the bros for 90% of the game, so there's not really a point in upgrading the defense. Haha, guys, look, 6-7. Ha ha.
How do you do, fellow kids?
With no issues, we get the first Cobalt Shard and leave Bowser's Castle. So Stuffwell told me you guys brought your past selves to the present. Isn't that kind of traumatizing for you guys? Nah, bro, we chill. Yeah, I guess that's cool then. Anyways, time to hop in more random holes. Then Toadsworth can't figure out that this is his past self, which is weird considering he knows what he looked like back then. And also, the younger Toadsworth can't figure out that that's just him, but older. But you know, I guess we can give him the benefit of the doubt there. Anyways, both the Toadsworths are really stupid in this game. Now in the forest, I realized I should have upgraded my gear because damn, these guys do a lot of damage. I then sold my soul to be able to afford the patch slacks and starchy jeans. These up all of the bros' defenses, and that's really good when you can't dodge. And I'm sure you noticed, there's no gear on the layout. That's because you can obviously see there is a dodge counter and a game over counter. I don't know why I felt the need to tell you that that was there. I bet you thought I was going to put the Foxy jump scare there. But come on, I'm not going to do that to you guys. We then find out that Princess Peach got kidnapped by the Shroobs, and it's like we should have known that the Shroobs were in the past! Now equipped with the Fire Flower, it was a lot easier to deal with these Koopamelions because I could deal enough damage to kill them in one turn. I never said I wouldn't Wither Chica jump scare you. Back to Nifty Killer reviews the bros items and partners in time. And now we got the Fire Flower. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. Outside of the woods, this thing is never used. You'll have no need to use it. The Ice Flower comes around and way outshines it. Like, it's not even really worth talking about. But since it's the only item you have for the woods that can damage multiple enemies, it just misses out the F tier and is going in the D tier. The chance to burn an enemy is also pretty nice, but compared to what the Ice Flower can do, it's like not even worth using. Trouble arose when I had to fight the Boo guys, because a lot of the time they'd spawn in with the Koopamelions, but they would outspeed Mario and Luigi. But it's like, whatever, right? I have to take damage at some points, that's kind of part of the no dodging run. Well, when you use the Fire Flower, it will also target the Boo guy, which can't be hit unless you use the babies, which is way slower, and I wouldn't be able to kill all the Koopamelions. So really, it was a lot harder to fight these guys when there was a Boom guy. Boo guy, not the boom guy. We'll talk about the boom guy later. I was pretty worried going into this fight with this piranha plant, but it was actually pretty easy when I used the green shell. No! Mario and Luigi, don't burn down the forest! Oh no! They're listening to Sons of the Forest music! The irony! Luigi gets shot like he just entered Detroit, but that's okay because I revived him. So we enter the Vim factory and Mario and Luigi get kidnapped, so it's up to Princess Peach to save them. Oh wait, no, it's not like that. Okay, it's up to the babies to save them. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh boy, this fight must have been really hard. It wasn't, especially because I was able to burn one of the Hammer Bros, so I just fire splammed my ass off. What the fuck did I even just say there? And the babies win again. Unfortunately, the Hammer Bros give us hammers, which means that's just more attacks we can't dodge. So, unfortunately, our next battle is a hammer tutorial where they teach you how to attack and counter-attack with the hammer. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to add one... Oh, okay, I did not expect that to work. So I will not be adding any to the counter. So the babies save the adults and then inform them that they actually didn't need to dodge for the tutorial battle. And they were like, really? But they make you dodge. And it's like, I know! That's pretty crazy. Mario then gets shot like he just entered Detroit. And no, I'm not going to be covering any time a bro gets knocked out. Just felt like pointing out that he got killed. I went through the Vim factory with no problems, and with the babies level 9 and the adults level 8, I was ready to fight whatever the hell this thing's called. How don't I know this? As I'm sure you guys know, you gotta make sure you knock a poisonous mushroom into his drink, and then he drinks it, so yes, we're roofying this boss. Anyways, I couldn't do that yet, so I decided to attack him with the green shell while he was already angry. Turns out that just made him more angry and attack. Seriously, how did I not know this? Something that may surprise you, having 3 enemies on the field that you can't really kill, and you can't dodge their attacks, makes it a lot harder to fight this boss. Unfortunately, since both the adults died, it got to the point where I just had to keep healing them because I couldn't deal any damage anymore. Baby Mario dies.
That's what we've been waiting for!
Baby Mario dies.
It is even funnier the second time.
My problem was, even if I got Mario and Luigi both revived again, they would just both die again because I can't dodge. Crazy how that works. And that's a game over for the counter. Yay! First thing I did was go back to Peach's castle and get pep badges for both Mario and Luigi, which makes them impervious to status effects. So it made it a lot easier because I couldn't dodge the one where he puffs gas at you and then that poisons you, and that was just really obnoxious. So now I don't have to worry about that. I also bought a lot of 1-ups, which didn't help. And with the second game over, it was time I had to do something that is not against the rules and I really didn't want to do. It's grinding. So I grinded the squad to level 12 and was ready to fight this guy again. So I whipped out the cannonballers and realized I may have grinded a little too much because this fight was just way too easy. Right back to the bro item tier list, you got the cannonballer. It's good when you get it in the factory, but after that, it is quite useless. It is the first move that requires all 4 bros. Other than that, it's not that great outside of the factory and gets outshined by many more items. So it's going in C tier with the green shell. So we got the second cobalt shard.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Well, this is really stupid. At least the cobalt shard's safe with Stuffwell. Are you kidding me? So back at the castle, I bit the bullet and bought branded slacks and preferred pants for the squad. This ups all their defenses even more, and that just felt like it was really necessary. You're telling me you got robbed by a child who spun around you really fast?
Yes.
Okay, well there's more time holes anyway, so who cares? We then learned the Toadsworth twist. Now on Yoshi's Island, this stupid Koopa takes a picture of me thinking I'm Yube. Okay, I can see the resemblance. Hey, look, it's me. Oh, I've been drinking again. So, Kamek commits burning down the forest, which isn't very nice. I mean, he didn't have the forest music playing, so that's just fucked up, Kamek. Like, what the hell? Now I got to use the smash eggs, and I realized that maybe going up 4 levels made this next part really easy. What's that? Another round of how good is this item? I still don't have an official name for this. Anyways, next up we got the smash egg. And as much as I love the smash egg, I'm unfortunately going to have to put that bitch in the C tier. When you get it on Yoshi's Island, it's good, it's helpful, it can hit the flying guys well, it's great, right? And when you do it perfectly, you get an item out of it. Well, you have a chance to get an item out of it. But as soon as you leave Yoshi's Island, hell, even in Yube, you forget about the smash egg. The thing that was scary was all the fights with only the babies, but you know, I completed babies only, so this was still light work. I got heart pants, these up HP and defense, and I gave it to baby Luigi, because I couldn't give that to baby Mario, because I gotta say baby Mario dies some more. While Yoshi's Island is my favorite part of the game, it's not particularly hard, so the fact that I was one-shotting every enemy just made it a lot easier. Now with the babies level 14 and the adults level 13, we were ready to fight Kamek. And baby Bowser's just chilling eating cookies, and he does not in any way have his cookies stolen. Sometimes I fear I do too much telling instead of showing, so just so you know, Kamek has 450 health. I used my smash egg strat to get rid of all the clones, but in hindsight it's probably better to use the fire flower to get rid of the clones, but whatever. Surprisingly, being slightly over-leveled makes this fight way easier than it normally is, and this is normally a pretty easy fight. Don't go watch Babies Only, okay? I really struggled in Babies Only, but I wasn't as good back then, okay? I promise. Actually, go watch Babies Only. This whole video's basically been promoting Babies Only this whole time, but we ignore that. It's also been promoting 4-player now that I think of it, and that video is probably in the works as we speak. Who knows? Subscribe. We then get charged with assault on a minor. Oops. We then get vored by Yube. And you know what? I just gotta talk about Vor for a second. Not in the exciting way that you guys think. Actually, as a matter of fact, in the way is what the fuck is wrong with you guys? I never knew any of these kinks that everyone talks about in the Mario and Luigi community until I technically joined the Mario and Luigi community. Like inflation, never heard of it. Well, I've heard of like money cost inflation. You guys probably figured that out. But I just like, oh my god, fucking, it's not Alpha Dream's fault. You guys are some kinky ass motherfuckers. Stop blaming Alpha Dream. I get the puffy trousers and give them to Luigi. This ups his HP and defense. So, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Nothing interesting happens in the first part of Yube. It's like, yeah, I can show you some battles, but none of them are really that interesting. It's like, I just can't dodge. If you guys want to see someone who can't dodge, just go watch an Aquatic Sky video. The Yoshis then push the boulder down Yube's esophagus. Holy shit, that's a blast from the past.
Alternate, you are the opposite, stop the shit, chop your esophagus.
This Yoshi must have just got done watching femboy porn. Am I right, guys? It's not even funny the third time. A little bit of ball knowledge that I just learned recently is that the ice flower is always super effective on shrooms. Well, we talked about this one earlier. The ice flower. This is instant S tier. It doesn't get much better than this. You not only get to attack every enemy on the field, and with the babies, it can be flying or ground. You can get a random stat down, meaning you can lower the opponent's attack and defense, and also speed, but really that never matters. Not to mention that the ice flower is critical on all shrooms. Which is crazy, because there's a lot of shrooms you fight in this game. This Yoshi gave me the Drain badge. I gave this to Baby Mario. This makes it so whenever he deals damage, he heals health. I decided not to give it to one of the adults because the pet badge is still way better at this point in the game. Well, when you can't dodge. Toadbert shows us his drawing and we're like, wow bro, that's really cool. Wow guys, don't let your girlfriend watch this video. And if she did, then Mario and Luigi just stole your girl. With the babies level 16 and the adults level 15, I was ready to fight Sunnyside. Yeah, this fight literally didn't even take 5 minutes, but trust me, it actually gets harder at some point. I'm really happy all the Yoshis decided to tell us where we were exiting from. Back in the castle, I buy the shell slacks for Mario and the egg pants for baby Mario. These up both of their defenses. I also buy some green peppers, and they're really helpful because they can temporarily boost my defense, and it's pretty cheap, so obviously this is a good thing when you can't dodge. Someone needs to count how many times I say when you can't dodge, or when I can't dodge. Wow, what a nice drawing. There's obviously no mud on it, so we should not examine this any further. Baby Mario, being the little shit he is, hits the Toadsworth with his hammer. And it's like, really, why does Baby Mario hit everything with his hammer? It's almost like giving a baby a hammer isn't a good idea. The Toadsworths then teach us how to play with their balls, and it's like, at least they're not teaching the babies how to play with their balls.
Mamma mia!
Not gonna lie, not being able to dodge actually made fighting these Pokies easier, because normally you have to knock out their bodies so then you can actually dodge their moves, but I can't dodge anyways. I then find the secret genes and give them to Baby Mario. They're not as good for defense as his current gear, but they up his stash and speed, so I figured it was better. The bombs were a little annoying to deal with because if I jumped on them at the beginning of the battle, they would end up exploding on me. And I can't dodge, so obviously I don't want them exploding on me. I just want you guys to know, when I saw Metallica live, it was exactly like this. Oh, and then Peach gets eaten and the stupid Koopa gets kidnapped. But anyways, guys, last night I had this dream where Avenged Sevenfold did a concert in my washroom. It was pretty sick. This is not a joke, I literally dreamt that. Then, of course, since I'm so goated, I got the mythical 50 block. I then decided to stop being a coward and gave Mario the Big Pow badge and Luigi the Drain badge. I then find the adult trousers and give them to Mario. Defense-wise, it's worse than his current gear, but it ups his speed and stash, so I thought it was better. See, this is exactly like when in the Metallica concert, they called me up on stage and then Lars took out his penis, and I was like, what the fuck? It's a true story, look it up. Anyways, with the babies level 18 and the adults level 17, I was ready to fight Shrewbrid Brat. With the amount of damage I could do with the trampoline, Shrewbrid Brat really was no problem. And with this fight, I was using elite strategies. I was using the green pepper to up my defense, so obviously, because I can't dodge, that was really good. And then I used the red pepper to up their attack, and that's really good because then I deal more damage, so it's less things to dodge. And with the Big Pow badge on Mario, Mario was always getting these great hits, so his attack was sky high. And of course, I was using the Ice Flower to lower his defense. I obviously totally didn't forget to do that at first. Really, what I'm trying to say is Shrewbrid Bitch was really easy. This voice is getting really tiring, but we're back with this tier list item thing. Yeah. Next up, we got the, I forgot what it was called. The Spring. There's a reason I forgot what it's called. Because this thing is very out of place. I will give it D tier. In theory, it's good. You get all four bros jumping on the thing, and they can attack any enemy on the field. You just gotta press the button at the right time. And even after you mess up, all the bros still come down and attack. But it's just really out of place, and it's not as powerful as the other late game items, because you don't get this till pretty late in the game. So, unfortunately, it's just out of place. If it was in another game, at a better time, it would actually be really good. Now in the underground, Baby Mario totally didn't hit Luigi with his hammer, and Luigi totally didn't get mad at them, and Mario totally didn't get mad at Luigi. I was a little worried about these Dark Boos, because when they hit you, they steal your item, but I used the Chomp Call, and I was good most of the time. Next up on Nifty Killer Ranks, whatever these things are called, we got the Pocket Chomp. But as I like to call it, the Chomp Call. If you watch Babies Only, you know what's up. And if you did watch Babies Only, you know how much respect I have for this bad boy right here. He is the GOAT. Or she, because there is a chance that it's a she. The unfortunate thing is that it attacks everything on the field instead of focusing on one enemy, which does suck, especially against something like Elder Princess Shroob, because then you can't focus your attacks. So it gets outshined by other things on this list, but it is still really good, so I'm going to give it an A tier. I am a little biased, that thing really did carry me in babies only. The sections where you had to fight the bombs as only the babies were really scary because the explosion would do so much damage to the babies, but I decided to go balls to the wall and still use the pocket chomp on them, and hey, it kind of worked. Baby Luigi dies. Just like their orange counterparts, the elite boom guys were actually not really a problem when I can't dodge because I'm not even expected to dodge anymore, so it's fine. With the whole squad level 19, we were ready to fight PD Piranha. Hey Siri, give me synonyms for easy.
Synonyms for easy include uncomplicated, not difficult, undemanding, unexacting, and unchallenging.
Well, the PD Piranha fight was undemanding. I used pretty much the same strategy that I did for Shrewbrid Brat, but when he was on the ground, I used fire. So, we get the third Cobalt Shard, and we find Princess Peach, and she's looking completely normal. So, we bring Peach back to the castle, and what was the rest of the plan? Like, were we just supposed to wait around here until they did something? What about the Shroobs that are invading the past? Like, do we not care about that? Well, I guess we wouldn't have to care, because we know the Shroobs are not taking over the castle in the present. This game's kind of stupid. After the Toadsworths teach us how to play with children, Bowser decides to kidnap Peach, which is a good thing because where else would this story be going if Bowser didn't show up? Bowser is then forced into going to Thwomp Mountain, which he had to be forced because who would willingly go to Thwomp Mountain? I fucking hate that part. Seriously, as much as I love Partners in Time, I cannot stand Thwomp Mountain. I actually get so bored. I got block trousers. Fortunately, they can be worn by the adults, and I give them to Luigi. This ups his defense, but brings his HP down because his current gear was upping his HP as well. So in case you were wondering, not even not dodging can make this part of the game exciting. It was still easy. We find EGAD of the past, and yet again, Baby Mario's solution to everything is hit it with a hammer. Like, who gave this kid a hammer? We inform EGAD that the volcano is erupting, and we put out the fire in his house, and then we show him Instagram Reels.
Hey, you know what you would call the Flintstones if they were black? You'd call them...
EGAD of the past thanks us for showing him racism, then he walks away. Then we get a call from EGAD of the present, and whoa, you can't be saying that stuff, EGAD, bro, oh my god. I don't even want to tell you guys what the initial purpose of this machine was. At least it helped put out the volcano. Apparently this Thwomp and his woke-ass wife think Instagram Reels is offensive or something, so now she fights us. Anyways, I'm going into this fight with actually no clue what level the bros are.
What level is the squad?
21.
You smart.
Okay, so this is the third boss in a row where I'm using the trampoline. And now if the tier list is in the video, you're going to realize that makes no fucking sense, right? Because clearly I put it in D tier. I forgot how useful it was, okay? But it's staying in D tier. I'm not changing it now. Or it's not even in the video and you have no clue what I'm talking about. Anyways, What's Her Face was really easy. It was the same strat as the last two bosses, okay? Just kidding. It's not the same strat as the last two bosses. This time, we have, drumroll please, the copy flower. And I use that when the little guys are there because that can attack one enemy. And that's really useful. Alright everyone, now we're at the good part. We got the copy flower. Now, I don't even need to say anything before I put this in S tier. When you want an item that attacks every enemy, but focuses on one enemy first, then switches over, you got the copy flower. It's like the spring, it's like the chain chomp call, it's like the green shell, it's like every item, but like way better than all of them because it's just so good. The one issue with this item is that it's a little disorienting when it switches to another enemy because you killed the other enemy. But other than that, it's great, especially against all the bosses and Elder Princess Droop because you don't have to worry about her tentacles and shit. So, S tier. Like, there's nothing more to say. It's the fucking copy flower. Seriously, what in the cuck is this marriage? Because this thwomp watched us beat up his wife and did nothing about it. I'm sure he enjoyed that. And now, Mrs. Swamp is watching us ride Thwomp. Like, what the fuck? Alright, so this is another Toadsworth situation. I can give Baby Bowser all of the doubt in the world that he doesn't know that this is the older him. Because how would he even know? He's so young, right? But how does Bowser not know that's him? Sorry, after that, I really have to give credit to my pop filter. Like before, if I screamed like that, your guys' eardrums would have bursted.
I'm tired, boss.
These totem block guys were actually pretty scary because they could deal a lot of damage if I didn't kill them in time. But I was normally pretty good at killing them in time, and there's only like 3 of them anyway, so it wasn't really a problem. These blazing shrooms were pretty annoying because if I didn't kill them all within the first turn, then that stupid spaceship would come and shoot my gang. And then the blazing shroom would also shoot my gang with his fire. And it's like, that's just fucked up, man. But I had enough mushrooms and 1-ups where it wasn't really a problem. I had to get a little creative to get to that area that you can normally only get to as the adults, but I found out if I used Toadsworth Twist with the playing with the babies Toadsworth Twist, it was actually possible to get all the bros over there, which made the fights there a lot easier, so of course I did that. I was pretty proud of myself for coming up with this little strategy. With the whole squad level 22, I was ready to fight Bowser and Baby Bowser. So, typically with this battle, when Baby Bowser does this move where he hits Bowser back and forth, you gotta hit that enough where it hits Baby Bowser, so then you can kill Baby Bowser so he's not healing Bowser. And it's really helpful. Obviously though, since I can't counterattack, I can't do this. So I just had to use the same strategy as last time, some peppers and some copy flowers, and it was still pretty easy, but a lot harder than it normally is. Bowser's attacks did a lot of damage. I was just fortunate enough where I could out-damage him easily. And once Bowser was down, Baby Bowser was ridiculously easy. The Bowsers get launched out of the volcano, and what I love is on the top screen, they're just chilling. Princess Peach gets kidnapped again, surprising, I know. The spaceship was no problem because I had the ice flower. I find the Drain Badge A, and this may surprise you, but it does the exact same thing as the Drain Badge, but is better, so I give it to Luigi. You know, this reminds me of a video I watched once. Oh my god! And the woman turns out to be a man? This is just like that video!
And then she pulls out her massive cup.
Dude, what the hell are you doing? You used to be cool. I was gone for 5 minutes, and you made this part about porn an EGAD racist? Hold up now, you're the one that made EGAD racist. Oh yeah, I did do that. Sorry about that. Anyways, the stupid Koopa saves our lives, and then we're all good and live happily ever after. An elevator? This has to be a Limp Bizkit reference. Anyways, the key to making love with Morgan Wallen in the elevator just opens up a hole. Oh, I get it. Hey look, it's that guy! Now in Toad Town, I buy Shroom Slacks for Luigi. These up his HP and defense. I also buy Star Trousers for Mario. This ups his power and defense, but lowers his speed and stash down back to normal. And then I also buy Stardust Pants for both Baby Mario and Baby Luigi. These up both their attack and These up both their attack and defense, but it does lower the stats that they had increased by their other gear. These little Robo Shroobs were nothing. These Skellyokies were annoying, but luckily with the red shell, I could easily deal with them most of the time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are unfortunately reaching the end of our show. We got 2 more items. Now, before I talk about this item, I just want to preference this by saying, this would be really good if you didn't have to wait till Toad Town to get it. And you guys all know I'm talking about the red shell. This is everything the green shell wants to be. It's infinite. It's faster. It's stronger. Unfortunately, the faster makes it a lot harder to use, but if you're good with it, it's good. It's like the copy flower, but just nowhere near as powerful, because it switches enemies after you defeat the enemy. But at this point, you have copy flowers, and there's not really a point of the red shell, unless you are doing babies only. Then the red shell is really great, because you can't even use the 4 bros items. Except I sucked at the red shell when I did babies only, so maybe that's why it's only getting a B tier. But hey, B tier is better than C tier, and C tier is better than D tier. Yeah, see, they were really annoying when they outsped me. Baby Mario dies literally because I couldn't dodge. I find the Paraslax and give them to Luigi. These up his defense and speed. Back in the castle, I go to Fawful's bean shop and buy the treasure badge. This will be helpful in Shroob's castle when I'm trying to get the best gear possible. Stuffwell informs us that the Cobalt Shard is acting completely normal and there's nothing to worry about. In Star Hill, we have to fight these hand fakes, and I found out that the Mix Flower is critical on them. Now, as we come to the show's end, we have one more item to rank. And you guys know it. Everybody knows it. If you don't know this, what rock have you been living under? Of course, we are talking about the S tier item, the Mix Flower. The best item in the game. It's kind of close. I was about to say it's not even close, but I mean the Ice Flower and Copy Flower are really good too. But the Mix Flower. You got a group of enemies, bam, they're fucking dead. Just boom, 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 boom. You know, they're dead. They're dead. They're done. Oh, you got Elder Princess Shroop. Bye-bye tentacles. Bye-bye feet. Oh, and then you just use the Copy Flower. Bye-bye crown. And then once the crowd's gone, bye-bye head. That was me when I got married. Disclaimer, I'm not married. Really, what I'm saying is I don't need to be the one glazing the Mix Flower. You guys should go out there and play Partners in Time yourself and glaze it for yourself. The one downside of the Mix Flower is that you get it so late into the game. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching Nifty Killer Ranks the Bro Items. I think that's the official name of this now. And hey, who knows, maybe you'll see me for Bowser's Inside Story, or Superstar Saga, or the other games in the series. Probably not Brothership though. Anyways, enjoy the rest of the video, guys. With the Mix and Copy Flower on my side, Star Hill stood no chance. So, with the squad level 25, we were ready to fight Commander Shroob. I'm sure nobody's surprised at this point, but I used the same strategy again. It only took me 2 cycles to kill him. If I didn't suck ass, it could have only taken 1. We take our 3 Cobalt Shards to 3 pillars, and it gives us the 3 pieces to complete the star. And all the shard pieces have 3 sides. Oh my god. We then talk to the Illuminati, and they're kind of a dick. The Illuminati sends us on a mission to become a better person, and you know what? I'm probably not the first person to ever say that. So we found out Luigi got rage baited and moved on with our lives. So we get the 4th Cobalt Shard, and then Toadbert informs us that there was actually mud on his drawing. Wow. And then whoop-de-doo, with the squad level 27, we were ready to fight Elder Shroobroid. I figured my best course of action was using the Mix Flowers on him, just because he has the spikes on his head, so we can't jump on him, obviously. Now, the hard part about this battle is I can't dodge. Now, I know I've said that like about 1,000,000 times at this point, so whoever's counting, thank you very much. It made this fight a lot harder because you couldn't put him face down. Yes, I had to say that with a straight face. It took me a few tries to say that with a straight face. And that makes it so much easier to fight him. But I obviously can't do that, so this fight was harder. I was also pretty goated with the red shell at this moment. Like, look how much damage I was doing. But that really didn't end up helping. The issues arose when it just randomly started getting bigger, and it's like, dude, this is just so hard. Anyways, back to Elder Shroobroid. When he reaches his 2nd phase, he brings out a UFO that puts you on a time limit, just like in the beginning of the game. Now, typically I never have a problem with this. Normally I can deal more than enough damage to kill him, but this time I was struggling. And you know, normally if you're struggling with this, if you dodge the spiky ball move, it's fine because it will reset the count. But in this situation, I obviously can't do that for obvious reasons, so I would just game over to the stupid ship. Not to mention, he also deals a lot of damage, so I'll have to waste a couple turns healing. And he can also status the gang with Dizzy or Burn, which makes him useless, and then I have to use one of the refreshing herbs, and it's like, it's not possible to do this without failing a few times. Like, it's actually ridiculous. It's mostly luck-based at this point. I even let my baby's only instincts kick in, and no, it still didn't help. Like, even if I don't waste the turns healing, it's not enough damage with just the babies. How do people who can't dodge play this game? I finally understand why people got pissed off at me during babies only because I, quote, couldn't dodge. Granted, I was using the babies, it's hard to dodge with them. So, my second attempt, I locked in and just tried again. And even though I worked hard, it didn't matter. My buddy Mark always says, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. But it doesn't matter. Talent or hard work here. It just wasn't fair. And in case you're wondering, that ball knowledge is so elite that it makes no sense to anybody watching this, because anybody who would know this has not gotten this far in a Nifty Killer video in at least 2 years. And of course, to start off the battle, Elder Fuckroyd decides to target Luigi and burn his ass. Luckily, it doesn't matter at this point, but if that happened later on, I'd be screaming and shit. Yeah, fuck my ass and call me Sally. The second this guy gets bigger, first off, we lose the 4. Like, that's not fair. We didn't have a turn. That's bullshit. Second off, he attacks Mario instead of Luigi, and of course does just enough damage to kill him. You gotta respect the hustle, honestly. Hey, remember what I said about him burning Luigi later on? Oh, I'd be pissed off? Well, guess what happened? Guess. Take a wild guess. Whoa, you're gonna tell me there's 2 Shrew Princesses? This isn't my 4th time seeing this! Mario gets bent over the counter and fucked harder than anyone has before and fucking dies, because of course he did. But I decide to make the decision not to revive him. So yeah, that fight was really easy, didn't even get mad, like easy, bro's bad. Unfortunately, Mario missed out on the 1500 XP, and I could have revived him, that's the worst part, but how was I supposed to know, you know? Now with the 5th Cobalt Shard in hand, we were ready to go take on the Shroob Castle. Finally, you have enough to be able to storm the Mexicans' castle. You mean the aliens' castle. Yeah, that's what I said, the Mexicans' castle. Oh my god, bro! After getting away from EGAD, we open up the gates to Shroob's castle.
You and me, we're done. What are you... Come on. Hey. Hey. We're done when I say we're done.
With the Paraslax, these purple guys were no problem because I could just trampoline them. Shroobzoids were no problem because I could just trampoline them before they woke up. And yes, I do regret putting the trampoline in D tier now, but I'm not changing it. These yellow love bubbles were just no problem at all. The Shroobrexes were actually less of a problem than they normally are, because since I can't dodge, I don't have to worry about squishing them down to a point where I could dodge their attacks. So, they were easy. The first floor of the castle was no problem. The Shroobsworths were no problem, but I did find out in order for the treasure badge to work, you have to kill the intern Shroob with an item. And I just thought that was pretty interesting. You think it would have been the other way around, but it's not. I finally got a pair of 100-point pants. I gave them to baby Luigi. These up all his stats, and actually up his defense by 100 points. Fun fact. I then get a second pair of 100-point pants and give them to baby Mario. I guess you could call those 200-point pants. I'm gonna die now. I then get a third pair of 100-point pants. Unfortunately, they can only be worn by the babies, so I can't give them to the adults. But I guess you could call those 300-point pants.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
We then commit a mass shooting. We find Princess Peach, but she can't hear us, so of course Baby Mario's solution is hit it with a hammer, and somehow it works again. I finally got a pair of Supreme Slacks and gave them to Mario. These up all of his stats, obviously, but I also got 100-point pants again. Obviously, I can't do anything with it, except call it 400-point pants. And then I got the second pair of Supreme Slacks, meaning everyone had the best gear possible. After all that work of collecting all the Cobalt Star pieces, you know, it just goes away, because why wouldn't I want to keep that? Princess Peach is still being imprisoned, and Baby Mario decides to hit an alien force field with a hammer, and for the first time in this game, that doesn't do anything. What? It's okay. It's okay. Anyways, we have to go fight the mothership now, which is really easy. With the whole squad level 31, I was ready to fight Princess Shroob and put an end to this challenge. The plan for Princess Shroob was easy. Use the ice flowers to lower her stats, then up my stats with the peppers, and then just hope that she doesn't do enough damage to kill me with her stupid shooting moves, because she just does that forever. And then I just spam copy flowers. And the plan was already failing. You can't lower Princess Shroob's stats. Hey guys, Freaky Killer here. As I'm sure you know, I wouldn't even have dodged that move anyways because I want Princess Shroob to sit on my face. I didn't even need to heal Mario. When you have copy flowers, Princess Shroob is a joke. Baby Bowser then completes the Cobalt Star, and I'm like, hey dude, what the hell, that was my job. Anyways, that spawns Elder Princess Shroob, and uh-oh, that's not good. With Elder Princess Shroob's first phase, all I had to do was up my defense with a pepper, and then use copy flowers. And for these UFOs, I decided to not actually hit them with the star Peach gives me, because that just felt too much like dodging, you know? As always, Elder Princess Shroob's first phase was nothing. I came up with this totally original strategy for Elder Princess Shroob's second phase. What I would do is up my defense and attack with the peppers, and then I would use a mix flower to get rid of her feet and her tentacles, and then use a copy flower to get rid of her crown, and then use a copy flower on her face until she died. I just felt like this was a very new and original strategy that no one has ever done. You gotta give her credit, she really did try her hardest, especially with all the dizzy effects she could apply, and it's like, yeah, you know, you tried, but it's like I couldn't dodge anyway, so who cares? Wait, hold up, are you guys seeing this elite strategy right here? I used the copy flower to get rid of her feet, but since the crown was already down, when it switched to her head, I could just deal damage to her head too. Holy shit! The gameplay looked pretty abysmal because I kept getting hit and kept getting dizzy, so it looked worse than it was, but the fight was really easy. With that, the Shroobs were defeated, and we figured out the cure to Shroobism, and I can officially say, Partners in Time is possible without dodge. What the fuck is this? So, Shrouzer is a boss where you can only deal damage by dodging or counterattacking. Well, that sucks. There are 3 moves he does. He does his normal fire move where you have the option to jump over it and he will fire at Mario, then Luigi, then Mario, and then continue until he's out of fire, right? Now, I thought maybe with this one, if your bro died while he shot the first fire, and then he would still fire where there was no bro, so I thought maybe that would be enough to deal a little bit of damage to him. He stops firing at that bro after it dies. So, that was out of the picture. The second move he does is he shoots fire in the air and you hit it back with a hammer. That also does half a heart of damage, just like the previous move. This one, there was obviously no way around the fact that I can't even think of a way to avoid dodging with that. So, the one move I was attacking was the one where he shoots the massive fireball. I counterattacked that, and then that deals a whole heart of damage, therefore cutting my number of dodges in half. I need more defense, because let's just say, I tried for a while. After 16 game overs, I decided to grind to level 35 because the lowest I got Trouser to was 2 hearts, so a couple extra levels should have helped. So with those extra levels, I was able to get Trouser down to 1 heart, therefore meaning I only needed to grind up a few more levels. So I grinded up to level 100, and this should help with the final boss. In case you're wondering, after grinding, my total number of 100 point pants were 9. So you could call it 900 point pants. So being level 100 actually did help with the final boss. So here's the total number of dodges required to beat Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. So there you have it. The total number of dodges required to beat Mario and Luigi Partners in Time is 10. Which, you know what, it's unfortunate that Trouser exists because before him it was actually 0. So it does really suck that he brought it to 10. It could have been worse. It could have been 20 if that big fireball didn't do 1 heart of damage to Bowser. Now, the babies are off to their own time, and baby Luigi decides to hit Luigi with a hammer. At least they changed it up this time.